Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Abyss League with a Templar that's eventually going to become an Inquisitor. We've made it to the prison. I ended last episode, actually just in time. About a minute or two after I ended recording, we actually had a realm crash. It's the Sunday evening, a realm crash. And it took a while for the servers to get back up. So in between I managed to have a look at the new outfits that go with the supporter packs, and I decided upon the, I think it's the Seeker, yeah, it's the Seeker armor. I think it looks pretty snazzy. The Demon King shield and a nice eerie glow. And a bunch of other things. Ebon footprints, so they're a little bit older, and yeah, that's one of the things I overlooked to mention is that I'm gonna go for mind over matter. So we will be taking damage and mitigating it with our mana, partially instead of our life. I think I did not mention that as part of the defensive properties of the build I had in mind, but no. I think taking another look at the skill tree reminded me of that fact. Now, I haven't done a theory craft for this build, and that is intentional. It's due to the simple reason that I am less prepared for this league than I have been for others. I've been, as I said in the lead-in video, I've been just busy offline and focused a bit more on Grim Dawn lately. And I don't know how the new skills are going to work and how they're going to interact. So I figured, no, we'll just play for a bit. And we'll see what the skills are going to play like. And after that, we'll form something that is a little bit more of a coherent plan. I do have a skill tree for myself that I'm roughly following. But I don't want to even mention it as a theory craft, really, because it's completely untested. And I'm not even sure if some of the interactions are going to work the way I'd expect them to. But luckily, with a bit of luck, let's put it that way, this episode we ought to get a little bit more clarity about that, because we will get access to a couple of the to a first couple of the skills. First though, let's not die in the trial here. So it's nice, you can just follow the wave of spikes on the way in. On the way out you'll have to be a little bit more cautious, but that's why we have these lovely little helpful things on the side. If you're pushing it, you can actually just move two of these stationary bits at a time, but for now, no, let's play it safe. If you've been paying really close attention, you might see that my life is a bit higher than it was before. I take the time in town to do a little bit of gear swapping around and upgrading, so we're a little sturdier than before. You go up, then we're gonna stand there, then we're gonna stand there. And then we can just run past, putting the Decoy Totem out just to distract enemies. Worked. Ooh, and another silver coin. It's raining silver coins today. Glacial Hammer, well, not gonna use that so much, we'll just leave it be. And that is the first of 6 portals taken care of. Okay, so in terms of gear, I think we had this one already. Body armor, bought a new one, just crafted it a little bit so we get some armor, some energy shield, some life, some strength, all good stuff. We found this, we found this. This one's still there, that one is still there, still there. Ah, swapped in the belt with an emphasis on life and some crafted strength and life rather than a plain old chain belt. And that's it. So actually, in terms of gear, not a lot changed except for the except for the looks. I looked around a lot, but couldn't really find too many compelling things. And well, early in the league, the currency is scarce. That's always a thing. And eventually, no, the base items, they will drop. Eventually, you will find them. But I figured, oh, just slightly looking forward to our buddy Brutus. Gearing up a little bit would be useful. Oh, and up ahead is an abyss. Especially those abysses. They do put us in crowded situations. They're not as bad as breaches. Because breaches, no, you get surrounded, so... No, it's a point of no return every time you open up a breach. Which I don't really like. But no, for the abysses you have more control over them, which I do appreciate. Hey. Have to run along a little faster next time, since it did close before even this one opened. Oh, again I misjudged it. We opened up the next one. Right. I'll get better at judging whether it's good or not.
Orb of alchemy.
Nice. Okay, was this good or was this bad? Oh, this was good. Oh, I'm getting surrounded here. Very happy that at least we have an AoE attack in the magma orb. Much easier to kill things that way. And there is our victory, an abyssal trove. I think we just have to kill enough of them. Oh, hello there. You're supposed to be the guardian. I think you failed. And I got a murderous jewel. Eye jewel, something. And another point. So... let's see. So magma orb, it is AoE. Our other skills also going to be AoE, so just going to grab amplify here. But first, identify our loot. Degenerative Murderous Eye Jewel. 30% increased damage over time while wielding a two-handed weapon. I don't think that is going to be all that useful for us. Extra Quicksilver Flask, that's always nice. Ooh. Yellow chainmail. It's not all that great. It's yellow, bunch of mods, but we're gonna lose life. We're gonna gain mana, but yeah. More of a side grade than an upgrade, and low amount of sockets do make me wanna just chuck it out then. Let's continue the journey. We came from there, so the journey goes this way. Or would this be a dead end? Could be that we simply just went to one corner of the map, not really productive. Okay, in terms of mana, I think we're doing pretty decently as well. So might just be time to swap over to just double quicksilvers. Make it a little easier to move in between fights. Eventually, you know, the quicksilvers will be replaced with other utility flasks, but they do tend to take a little longer to start dropping. Hello there. Okay, so this is just not the way to go. So, north is the place. Or the direction. North is not really a place, it's a direction to go to. Yeah, go over there. Oi! Have you learned that it is rude to throw things at people? It's only allowed if you're an Inquisitor. Or a Templar, who's eventually gonna become an Inquisitor. Strongbox. Some glowy bits. And Mr. Sawbones. Wonderful, you dropped the leech. Midnight Bargain corrupted. 1 out of 12. So you need to kill him a couple times to get it. Not really an upgrade though. Some resists might be useful. But not for the fight that we're walking into. So I understand the cards, such as the leech, have all been rebalanced to account for the new acts and map structure. So probably going to be a couple of things that are still in the places where you expect them to be because they were so appropriate, whereas others might be completely shuffled around. So it's going to be a little bit of a journey of discovery from that perspective as well, which is nice. Now there's a lot of things that have just been shaken up this league. Now the map is different. I briefly logged into the game with one of my old characters just to see if things loaded and whether stuff had been migrated over properly. And had a look at and saw that the map was very different now. Didn't really look at it in too much detail. I want to keep that for once we actually make it to the maps. Okay. Hello there. Here, have yourself a totem. And let's renew the totem. Just take a step backwards. And just refresh the totem again. Yeah. Okay. Oop. Yeah, there's a book behind you. Go read the book. Can you read books? I don't think it matters anymore, because he is dead. That's it. Cool. So that means we are gonna get ourselves new skill gems. Well, if I have the currency to buy them, that is. And we are gonna get a Plague of Frogs here. Wow. That's always the one thing I'm looking forward to. A Plague of Frogs. Level 2 Elrion, so that's one more level until we can get ourselves a hideout. Yes, transmutation shards from unidentified things. That is something I'm gonna make a habit out of. On the other hand, though, we actually got a decent amount of items that seem potentially relevant. Big shields. Those are nice. Eventually gonna go with Templar shields, but some high armor shields are not actually that bad early on to just really make us beefy against physical damage. And I guess this one is acceptable. So we'll just keep it. Then this one is just better. Slightly more armor, a little bit of life. At least block chance, but I do like a little bit of life regen, just a little passive life regen on there. So that one's gonna go. Chain gloves, well, I'm currently kind of reliant on this one. And this is only 3 energy shield, this one is 4, so we'll just sell that just to make it easy. Boop, boop, boop. Darkly, what do you have for me? Rallying Cry, Leap Slam, Clarity, and Flame Dash. Okay, so this is the place where we're gonna get access to movement skills. For now, we'll just keep that one. We'll see if we need to maybe fall back to Flame Dash or something else. But for now, let's see. So body swap. Yeah, see, Ops of Transmutation, and that's the one thing that I'm a little low on. Put the card away. That's currency, that's currency. Okay, let's put the old stuff away. Abyssal Eye goes with the Abyssal Eye. And that was also old. Okay, so we can buy ourselves 2 transmutation skills. So Bodyswap is new. That's movement. And is there anything else in here? Ooh, Unearth and Bodyswap, they go together. Nice. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So it's not going to be until we reach Merveil's Lair where we can actually buy Violent Dead, but for now we can get playing. And Unearth is physical, creates a physical projectile, so we're going to do some damage with this. Then we have Bodyswap, which is going to be a movement skill. And I guess we'll just have to see how this is going to play out. Oh, and then we can have a chat with Hartley and actually grab a reward from him. So, don't really need Flame Dash, because we should be able to move with this. Rallying Cry, I don't think I'd like more attention, so let's just pick up Clarity here. Early on, Clarity for a little bit of mana regeneration is not actually a bad thing. And ooh, we can actually attach a nice Soul Nexus effect to it, just to make it look pretty. Yeah, also got the Arcane Totem applied to the Decoy Totem. But I wanted to keep the Magma Orb as a Fire Orb rather than as a poisonous looking one. So let's see, Unearth. That's moves rather quickly. And then Bodyswap. Ooh. That looks pretty cool. Okay. That works pretty well, I would say. I'm murdering things. I'm definitely murdering things. Fear me, goats. Question is though, can we keep this up? I would say yes. Hey, for the time being, let's see. Unearth left mouse, Bodyswap right mouse. All I have to do is just hold shift and we can put a corpse somewhere and then right click to move to it. It's a slight delay. And of course, once you get a couple of corpses going, then, well, you are gonna go pretty quick. And then you can just teleport multiple times. I've never actually played with Flicker Strike, but I imagine that to a certain degree Flicker Strike is gonna feel like that. If you then put a Decoy Totem in there, then we can even just move away and they're not gonna touch me too much. Hello there, froggies. This is so much fun. Can't catch me. It's a little disorienting.
Orb of alchemy.
Still keep shifting your point of reference. Right, but yeah, this is fun, even by itself. Could eventually gonna add a lesser multiple projectile to it, which I do have in my stash. I think I found it. Hello, goodbye. No, lesser multiple projectiles. I found it at some point, so we're gonna attach that. Then we shoot 3 corpses every single time, because then of course it's gonna be more effective. Because early on, damage from skills like these works pretty well. Later on, oftentimes you're just gonna outscale it, or the monsters are gonna outscale it with having more life than the beautiful amount of damage that you deal. But early on, you can just bask in it and just murder them. Increased AoE size, increased AoE damage, that is convenient. So body swap, explosion is 4% of the monster's max life and a flat amount of fire damage. How is the scaling of that? It doesn't. Interesting, doesn't say the effectiveness of added damage. And how is Unearth? 120%. So Unearth benefits from adding more damage to it. Also might as well just put this one back there, just in case I figured I would need it for some reason. This works pretty well. Faster projectiles makes it move even faster, of course, since you do need to be need to have a corpse. So if you're relying on your Unearth to get a corpse into a place that you want to be, well, you also end up really, really gory afterwards. Okay, I'm just having fun with the skills, just to see what it's like, and especially now, early on, it's just nice to see just how far you can push a skill. You can actually use it as a single target skill, the Unearth, but without support it's not really doing all too much. But no, softening something up at multiple casts, and then if something just proves to be a little too tough, then you just teleport in and just murder them. Like this. Just soften them up and then explodify them. Let's see, what if we just replace Arcane Orb and Body Swap? Yep, okay, so Magma Orb is now just officially out. I think a Body Swap and the other one are fun enough for now. Unearth is green, that is something to keep in mind. It's going to be an off a color, but I only need one green one, so that's going to be okay. Well, I think this is not the place to be. I think we need to be more over there. Backtracking is going to be a bit more efficient in this one, I think. Because once you've been somewhere, there's corpses. Once there's corpses, you can murder. Oh, can shoot up. No. Oh, now we have corpses up there. Nice. That is something to keep in mind, though. If you cannot shoot a projectile up a ledge, then you cannot teleport up the ledge with Body Swap. So we'll need to investigate that a little more. Is this always the case, or is it just a matter of... Okay. So that for Labyrinth, that's always where teleportation skills come in handy. If no, we can't cast upstairs, then that might be very, very annoying. So as much fun as Body Swap is right now for just exploding lots and lots of groups of enemies, I think we will need to have a... oh, hello there. We will need to have a Flame Dash or some other teleportation based movement skill in here, even if it's just for the Labyrinth. Okay. Must say, a boss fight with Body Swap as your main skill, yeah, let's not. Okay, so body swap. You're just gonna go off to the side again. I'm gonna put magma ore back in. Scorching ray. No, let's go back to magma orb. This was just moving, and then we'll just line this up. So we'll have Unearth, we'll have body swap, and then that is it. It got a little too intense with all the teleporting around. I must say, shooting things from distance is a little better than shooting myself at things. Ooh, first time I actually noticed. Grass burns down now when you hit it. And apparently it should have almost no performance impact. But it looks cool. Just the grass just burning away. Ooh, if you hit it once, it just wilts away. And then after that, it gets even smaller. Okay, so we hit that, we hit that. So let's actually make a way to mind over matter. Let's go. It has been nerfed. It grants less bonuses to mana now. But no, after we get it, we can make a pretty good step towards Righteous Decree. Or maybe even just grab it before. That's oh, there is an argument for that. Let's see, that one is too low in strength. That's not useful. Okay. Okay, defended. What's the bonus? Ah, Consecrated Ground. I like it. Nice and defensive. Oh, hello there, Burning Menace. I don't think you were invited, but sure. Okay, take you all out. Moving around the battlefield this way though, once you've been fighting, that works pretty well. With the body swap. Oh. It works in a pinch for movement skills. But as I said, as a main skill, I don't think I would want to use it, because it is way too intense, way too much. So, oh, if it was intense for me, I can imagine that for you as the viewer it might have been even more awful to watch. So I do apologize for that. Let's see, there should be a lore stone somewhere that we can touch for the story thing. Let's see. Yeah, let's just do the ship graveyard cave first. We'll emerge somewhere else. Ooh, and we actually saw an abyss there. That's one of the first ones this episode. They've been away for a little bit. Okay, please move forward. Wonderful. Okay, so using body swap to just follow along with the abyss is actually not a bad deal. Way one. Nice. What's in the trove? A murderer's eye. And multiple yellow items that I think are useful to be sold. Oh, a little bit of cold resistance. That's always nice. Let's see, anything else? If we just rearrange things for a little bit. Yes, like that. We have a little space there. We had a boarding axe, and then the swords, we'll just pick that up later. Marvelous. Let's see, Nessa. Yeah, you're gonna be happy a little later. This one has a pretty good block chance, pretty good armor. And oh, this is clarity. We can move this around. This is double red and a green. Yeah, I think this is actually gonna be useful to keep. Move that one over there. Decoy Totem and clarity. You are now new best buddies. Hope you'll like each other. Silken vests. This early on, it might actually be useful. 30 energy shields. Green attached to a blue could potentially do something with that. On the other hand, we'll lose some armor here, and armor early on, it is useful. Just sell the other things for more transmutes. So yet another abyssal thing, another gem, and large mana. Or kind of. Oh, yeah, this is the old one. Okay. Also, slowly starting to really overflow with scrolls and things, which is good. It's always nice to have some currency. Oh, I mentioned, didn't I? We had a lesser multiple projectiles. Goes well together with Unearth. Then we shoot multiple projectiles, we put down multiple corpses, and we have multiple things to exploit. So Bodyswap was not going to be the only movement skill we had. So he deals base plus 3% of my own life as base fire damage, okay. Yeah, because I do explode and then the target also explodes, so you get double explosions. It's very efficient, especially if you more or less teleport in place, you get 2 explosions in a row. If you link that with something like a chance to ignite, pretty decent chance of actually doing damage. Also, what's the mana usage on this? 11. Trying to just get a bit of a feel for how things work together. I did say I'd like to have a flame dash in here just as a thing that gets us up movement, so let's just put in our boots. Now for now we have the space. That's gonna be okay. Unearth. Do I have anywhere to put it yet? Put Bodyswap over there, magma orb, and chance to ignite over here. Then we have arcane surge. Is there something useful to link it with for now? Decoy Totem, I guess it's gonna have to be. And then we'll just move clarity over there. So we could put something else here and put Unearth and LMP in there. Can we get ourselves a new glove? Different boots. It's always the colors that you want, they are not quite there when you want them to be. That's gonna be something we'll have to work on. So for now, it's just gonna be that one over there, this one over here, but we can at least level them together, even if we're not using them together. And let's move forward. We want to still get to Merveil, because that's where we get the next skill in the sequence. Volatile Dead. Oh. Also note self. Despite all the fancy skills I got, let's try and remember to put down Decoy Totem for the fights. Okay, should be a stat trap or a trap by the seething brines. Hello there. Here, have yourself a totem. That one is actually slightly better, and it is a higher level, so for crafting purposes, potentially useful. Poor slave girl. All she does there is hold the old flame for us. We did grab the waypoint, that's something that is useful. Okay, that lore bit should be tied to the prophecy. Gonna trigger a small fight. By some, it looks like they are escaped totems. War Chief and Protector totems. Or are these Corsairs also part of it? Usually, when the prophecy still has text, it means there's still something to be killed. So, Fagrace should have sent us downstairs, now he's just gonna turn on us. Let's run out, put down a Decoy Totem, and then murder him. So teleporting in place on the guy doesn't work as I expected. Relatively well. Okay. So that resolves the last little bit that we wanted / needed to do here. So next goal. Fair Lady Merveil. So level 15 already. Yeah, I've been dinging through quite a bit. Ooh, a little bit of dex, that is nice. Dexterity, of course, as a Templar, difficult to obtain. So I need to put in a little bit more effort. And appreciate all the skill notes that do grant it. Ooh, large life, that is an upgrade over the medium one over here. And I did it here. Marvelous. So, we continue over there. Lots of ghosts here. I don't think they technically... Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think they technically leave corpses, but... Turns out they do. Miss me. Splish. Hey, new tier of mana flask. That's some movement speed. On the other hand, chill removal. Chill removal should be on a quicksilver. So it's more mana. That means I'll just upgrade it. Let's keep the upgrades simple early on. Ooh, there was another lore stone. That's why the prophecy wasn't fulfilled. hello. Stop slamming me, please. Here, totem. Last one. Okay, he's looking up in the other direction. That is nice. Cool. And one abyss. So we should do that one still. Let's just walk around it a little bit, just not trigger it, just to get at least the mobs in the nearby neighborhood dealt with. Okay. Hello, you're gonna go up. Okay. Okay, kill the rare pitmole. Stitching device, that is nice. That rhymes, that's double nice. Okay, next place. Oh, acceleration shrine, that is better if it's for me than for them. And that is yet another Abyssal Trove conquered. Starting to get used to these things. Well, having additional casting speed in these things is pretty nice for just dealing with lots and lots of enemies. For now though, let's use this to see if we can get to Merveil's Cavern. It's actually one of the few times where an acceleration shrine came at a good timing rather than just before the exit, which is my usual luck with those things. Okay. Now the moment I have been waiting for. This was not it, but it's a bonus. We'll take it. Might as well sell some things here just to postpone the excitement a little bit. Belt. We'll just hang on to the live one for now. How are these? Some life on here, some cold resist. This one is gonna give us global crit multiplier and physical damage to spells while dual wielding. That is interestingly specific. So we'll hang on to it for now. Nessa, new skills. Scorching Ray, Searing Bond, Stormcall, Firestorm, Ice Nova and Static Strike. That is... none of these is what I want. Already have Scorching Ray. Searing Bond is effectively a free bonus. It doesn't count as towards the totem limit because it grants us +1 for itself. But somewhere in here should be the new skill. Flash Offering. Ooh, Volatile Dead over here. Green one. It's nice to look for the green skills. Anything else in here that is new? Nope. Okay, Volatile Dead. Corpses near the targeted location explode, dealing damage in a small area and creating an orb which moves towards nearby enemies before dealing spell damage in a large area. The explosion of the corpse is not affected by modifiers to spell damage and cannot be reflected. So that's just going to be general damage, fire damage and area damage that you can use to scale it. And it destroys up to 3 corpses, so using Unearth in a more efficient manner is going to become important now. Okay, put this one away for the time being. Another one of these creepy eyes and a Stitching Vice. We did find one with cold res earlier, right? Yeah. So together it would be 19% cold res. That would be a little bit of a bonus. On the other hand, raw life is probably going to be more useful at this point. Okay, so we're kind of flooded with green gems now, and we really need to do something with it. So let's see what solutions present themselves. So Unearth, I really want to put less multiple projectiles in here. Volatile Dead, it's gonna be exploding. Basically my idea was to replace Magma Orb with it, so we need to have links for this. That's gonna be the desired end state. For the helmet, this would work. Let's see, Decoy Totem, that doesn't need any links. Arcane is just gonna be linkable with anything. Volatile Dead would be alright for now. This one's not really doing all that much. So buying a 3 link this way, I think this is gonna be a decent solution. And then we'll just put the Surgeon. And we can explodify corpses. Okay. Unearth lesser multiple projectiles. Gloves are probably going to be the easiest. But I will use something else if I need to. Wow, these are totally off color. It's a pure armor and it only has green and blue sockets. This one only has a single green, we need double green. Blue extra link would not be a bad one though. Of course I've been collecting some chromatic links like that. Might as well set it. So is there maybe anything on here that could potentially be shifted? This one doesn't have any requirements. That's rubbish, but it's also easy to recolor. Pure evasion. You know what, for now, let's actually just go with it. I should have more chromes. This is just... I just want to see the skill. And after that we'll just do something else to make it better. But for now we have Unearth that shoots 3 projectiles, which is gonna get us 3 corpses, which, voila, we can blow up with Volatile Dead. So now we just got a nice 1-2 combo there. Let's see, Volatile Dead is gonna be my main skill. Then for the side we don't have access to Cremation yet, so for now we'll just combo it up with Unearth. We still have Bodyswap here, we have Flame Dash, Magma Orb. Put it in, just in case we want to hot swap. Oh, Decoy Totem. You over there. Searing Bonds. You know what, I don't think I want the distraction for now, so we'll just put it here. And we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it later. Let's spend some time playing around in Merveil's Cave with the new skills. So, 3 corpses, 3 orbs. Ooh. Corpses, orbs, explosion, and new orbs. Interesting. Okay. Okay, they do behave oddly, but interesting. There you go. Okay, putting this one on your left mouse, it's gonna trigger on every single corpse. Might not be entirely what you want. So let's swap them around. Okay, they are very aggressive to explode, but that's alright. Hey, Elrion, buddy. Let's just increased speed, and once we get some corpses, we ought to be able to just keep this up. Because this is the... Okay, so now the enemies are spawning too slowly. I'm really curious to see how this behaves with an abyss, because I think this might be insanely fast for clearing. And the more things you kill, the less you have to cast Unearth to aid yourself here. Push. Okay. Going for Mind Over Matter. Or, you know what, actually just play it safe. Let's go Righteous Decree first. First increase the mana supply a little bit, and then Mind Over Matter. It's, I have lost characters in the past before, just going for Mind Over Matter before I was ready for it. In this case, not entirely sure, so might as well just be cautious. You want a little bit of a reserve. We're not really reserving all that much mana, so that does help. But having a larger mana pool gives you more passive mana regen anyway. Oh, Glassblower's Bubble. Okay, what's on the other side of the wall? Oh, Strongbox. Probably shouldn't have just clicked that. Ooh, Superior Void Manipulation. That's would have been useful if it were actually useful for this build, because I'm not doing chaos damage. Ooh, another superior thing. Cool. Gems with quality. Oh, if you can't use them, just save them up. Once you got 40% quality on your gems, sell them all together and you get yourself a nice gem cutters prism. Same as it would be for any other gem. Or any other kind of thing with quality. Whoosh. Okay, so I'm very curious to see how Merveil's gonna react to getting bombarded by heat-seeking missiles. I mean, she can run, but the orbs are gonna follow her. Only thing, they do seem to be susceptible to decoys themselves. But they do explode with an AoE, so if you get a bunch of enemies, that ought to be alright. And in a pinch, you actually can do a little bit of damage with the Unearth. It's not quite so bad. Volatile Flameblood. Oh, it's Battle of the Volatiles. Okay, so that one is a little more impressive, but it's practically the same thing. Whoosh. Okay, so now I'm already looking forward to how cremation is gonna play into the mix. But that's gonna be not until level 28 in Act 3, so it's gonna take a little while. A little while longer. So you guys are dead. Ooh, Bismuth Flask, that is actually not bad to have just before Merveil. A little extra elemental resists. And the corpses left by previous enemies in turn feed into the other things. And there we are. Another abyss. So that's actually going to be a very nice check before the fight. Okay, awaken. Can we just keep exploding things? Works pretty well. Just have to keep moving and exploding. And if there's not enough balls flying about, just generate more corpses. Oh, it's moving. Aha. It's easy to miss. Very easy to miss. Yep, I like this. And another trove opened. Ooh, was that 2 eyes for the price of 1? Also killed a lightless nightmare. And that is the first rare. Let's see. Intelligence, max life, lightning damage added to axe attacks, and 39% increased damage against abyssal monsters. So that just helps you kill them faster. And 8 to dex and int. Heavy belt, bit of life, bit of resist. For the rest, not really all that great. I guess the next thing is gonna be the Merveil fight. Lady Merveil, can you stand against the awesomeness that is a Volatile Dead? One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And she is... I was gonna say she's burning, but actually not quite. Okay, that went rather well. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Or maybe just 1, 1, 1, 1. Maybe I shouldn't be standing inside of a twister. That's a little bad for my health. And she's gone. That was entertaining. Cool. Well, might as well wrap up by moving over to town. It's a short walk anyway. Especially with the monkeys. Those explosions are pretty good. And you'll get so many corpses here. This is probably gonna just self-sustain unless I'm outrunning them. I'm outrunning them. Okay. That's not very productive. Ooh. More corpses, I mean monkeys. Works well. As long as you can kill more enemies per orb, or if you can kill 1 or more enemies with each orb that you create, then you can start snowballing this build. And I was initially thinking of the corpses as a scarce resource, you know, that you would need to summon and things like that, so I was mostly focused on, mostly just on the per hit damage, not even on casting speed. That was something like a spell echo, something I actually just didn't really think of would be useful to fit, but having another look at it here, I think spell echo is actually going to be pretty useful as well, because you can just keep snowballing it and just generate even more orbs and even more explosions. I like it so far. There is Abyss League in here. Ooh, Abyss League actually has an entry. I didn't realize that one. Ooh, pixelated video. Current Challenge League is called Abyss. In the Abyss Challenge League, you will find fissures which open as you approach them, and monsters will spill out from below. You can pursue these cracks as they form, and they will lead to different encounters with great rewards. Time is an important element in Abyss. Each Abyss you encounter will close after a short duration, but may spread further if you can slay enough Abyss monsters in time. If you're quick and in a little bit of a hurry, and a little bit lucky, an Abyss chest may appear at the end of the sequence of events. By slaying Abyss monsters, you may be able to obtain items not found anywhere else. Cue a list of Abyssal duels. So crit mold, lightning to dagger attacks. I think we found the axe version earlier. Damage added to attacks, evasion rating while moving. And they can drop as magic or rare items. Abyss duels are special duels with their own pool of mods. Unlike ordinary duels, Abyss duels have multiple tiers of many of their mods, as well as level requirements. They can also be socketed in a new type of item socket, the Abyssal socket, as well as in the passive skill tree. Abyssal sockets can be found on a new base type, the Stygian Vice. At higher levels, some Abyss events will lead into subterranean areas with special boss monsters. The most dangerous of these bosses can drop special Abyss League exclusive unique items with Abyssal sockets. The Abyss League includes a set of 40 new challenges, blah 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 blah. Let's see, you get a helmet at 12, wings at 24, and at 36 you get a portal. Let's see if I can get to 24 again this time. I managed to actually get to 24 last league for first time ever for me. So I'll see if I can do that again. I looked at the challenges and they did look achievable. From 19 onwards you get totem poles for the hideout. And that is it. And with that we have made it to Act 2 Town. So I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little showcase of the new skills and some of my initial thoughts. And as you noticed, no, there was some progressive insights, and I'm sure that as we continue this journey, I'll think of more things and more different ways to use these. But that's gonna be for another time. So for now, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.